On this episode of the Globe News Report, we hear from a local organization on how their SNAP benefits are being affected.
We see the glimmering lights of the Goshen Lights Parade from early November, and we will bring your local news and events with the community calendar and the Goshen News Week in review. All that and more coming up on the Globe News Report.
Welcome inside the Globe studios for the Globe's News Report. I'm Igor Sapucaia.
And I'm Griffin Aish.
Griffin, I don't know how you're feeling about this, but it's the first time we're hosting the Globe News Report, and we're doing this together. I'm excited. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm feeling excited, but a little nervous too, it being our debut and all. We do have a lot of news from the community of Goshen to get into, though, so let's get started.
Since the beginning of November, the food aid provided by the SNAP has come to a halt. As a result, local organizations are trying to adapt. Isabel Massoud has the story.
Since October 1st, government services including the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, commonly known as SNAP, have been temporarily suspended due to disagreements in the Senate. Consequently, starting November 1st, the Department of Agriculture ceased to give food aid to those in need. And The Window, the largest food pantry in Goshen, has already been experiencing the impact of the longest government shutdown on record.
2 of our pantry sessions have had double the amount of people come through, and this morning we turned 25 people away. We and the whole system, the whole food pantry system, is not built to serve this level of need.
In Elkhart County, roughly 15,000 households depend on SNAP for their family's livelihood. And now, more than ever, we rely on nonprofit organizations and their resources. The Elkhart Community Foundation created the Hunger Ends Here initiative 18 months ago to support the 60 pantries in Elkhart County, and in light of the government shutdowns, had to adapt its strategies.
When we put some infrastructure in place to allow us to stretch our dollars a little bit further, so whether that's 3 weeks, 30 days, 6 weeks, whatever that length of time, that's our focus right now, is just keeping that food bank supplied to keep the pantries up and rolling.
Even though the contingency fund is available for emergencies like this, the current amount roughly supplies half of the quantity required to cover 1 month worth of the program's allowance.
These food pantries that are just doing amazing work serving their communities, and they've got a tidal wave coming at them of need that they're not prepared to respond to, right?
A community that is hungry, a community that has neighbors that are going without, is not a healthy community. It's not a strong community. And the Window wants to be there, not just for the people in need, but for the whole vision.
Reporting for Globe News, I am Isabel Massoud.
Now, with the government reopening, the hope is for SNAP benefits to return for those in need.
Coming up, we'll see how First Fridays lit up the town and the faces of those watching on. All that and more on the Globe News Report.
Inside the Globe studios, this is the Globe News Report. Griffin, this first Fridays for November was the light parade. I unfortunately wasn't able to attend, but were you there for it?
Yeah, I had a shift at the Fold that night, so I was downtown, but I was only able to see the lights through the windows, unfortunately. Art House in downtown Goshen put on an electric display for all to enjoy this past First Friday. Eduardo Alvarez Barrera has the story.
Goshen held their November First Fridays, and this month was one that shined. This was the third annual Light Parade, one that director of First Fridays, Amanda Rose, says has gotten bigger every year.
We have 32 floats in the parade, which is the most we've had since the start. We're hoping to grow it. It won't get too much bigger because we want to keep it short and sweet so that people can also enjoy shopping and eating downtown. But we're really excited about that number this year.
Nick Matthews, a volunteer with Goshen Art House, was part of the parade and says they only had one goal for their float.
Just a lot of lights and just making sure we are as bright and as can be seen as humanly possible.
Rose says that inspiration for Goshen's parade came after seeing the Merry Mixer.
It's covered in a bunch of LED lights, and they are just so cool. I saw them for the first time at Shipshawana's Light Parade, and that was kind of the inspiration for our parade.
This event not only lit up all of Goshen's Main Street, but brought community together on a chilly night.
Feel the energy, like I'm already getting really hyped up, and like the lights are just like a nice, little hit of dopamine. It makes you happy.
The community here in Goshen has just been so kind and generous to the art house and everything that we do, so we just love to have fun and support it, and this is a really great event to be able to do that.
If you weren't able to catch the parade this year, Rose says that next year is already in the books.
So we've started already, and then we kind of just mark our calendars throughout the year for deadlines and reaching out to floats and getting people involved. So it's really a year-long process.
Rose also emphasized that bringing the Goshen community together is something that she enjoys.
No, we're just really happy to have everybody here, and we look forward to this every year, and we just want to thank the community for coming out and being a part of this event.
For Globe News, I'm Eduardo Alvarez Barrera.
I think my favorite float was the Merry Mixer. How about you?
Honestly, the one with the Snoopy on top really caught my attention, Griffin.
Now it's that time of the show to give you an overview of the top headlines from this past week. Here's Isabel Massoud with the Goshen News Week in Review.
Thanks, Griffin. Last week, the Nepani Area Chamber of Commerce held a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the grand opening of the new restaurant in town, Toro's Mexican Grill. Mayor Phil Jenkins praised the new addition to the city's dining options. In Nepani, Toro's will open at 11 a.m. every day, closing at 9 during the week and at 10 on Saturdays and Sundays. State Representative David Abbott attended the Syracuse Town Council meeting Tuesday evening to speak about the Community Amenities Program grant. The $5 million grant is designed to bring communities together through quality of life projects like parks, trails, community centers, and gathering spaces. According to the District 18th representative, he was there to endorse the CAP grant and encourage the council to use it, making sure opportunities were available for smaller communities. Under the orders of the D.C. National Guard and authorization of Indiana's Governor Mike Brown, about 300 Hoosier National Guard members will deploy next month to support the D.C. National Guard in a federal public safety campaign. Members from units based in Bloomington and Gary will train at Camp Atterbury prior to departure in early December. The mission is expected to last 4 months at most. That's going to do it for your Goshen News Week review. Igor and Griffin, back to you.
Thank you to the Goshen News for providing those stories and images for this week's show.
Now we bring you local events with the community calendar. The Open Fits are having the second of two 10-year anniversary concerts tonight in the Goshen College Church Chapel. From 7:30 to 9 p.m., Michiana's premier low voice ensemble will celebrate in song with refreshments to follow.
Goshen's Thanksgiving Market will take place on Tuesday, November 25th from 3 to 7 p.m. at the Goshen Farmers Market, located at 212 West Washington Street in Goshen, Indiana. The event will feature local vendors offering fresh ingredients and seasonal items, perfect for your holiday meal. All are invited to support local farmers, makers, and small businesses.
On Wednesday, November 26th, Bobcat Possum with dangling participles will play at Goshen Brewing Company at 7 p.m. The band draws inspiration from Irish, bluegrass, Americana, classical, and old-time music.
The Muppets Christmas Carol will be shown on Friday, November 29th from 2 to 5 p.m. at the Goshen Theater, 216 South Main Street in Goshen. The movie is free to watch and the doors open at 1:15 p.m. The family-friendly film is rated PG and runs for an hour and 25 minutes. Donations are welcome to support future events. This showing is sponsored by local and national arts organizations. Everyone is invited to enjoy a fun holiday movie.
That's going to do it for the Globe News Report.
And make sure to check out all of our social media pages at 911 The Globe on Facebook, Instagram, and on Blue Sky at globeradio.org.
And don't forget our website, globeradio.org, for more Globe content and the Globe Radio app so you can take the Globe with you wherever you go without missing a beat.
Tune in again in 2 weeks for a new episode. For everyone in the studio, I'm Griffin Aish.
And I'm Igor Sapucaia. Thanks for watching the Globe News Report.